natututunan natin sa ating Panginoon Diyos. For example, kung gusto nating magpakataas, kailangan po natin bumaba. If you want to be the first, you need to be the last. If you want to gain life, you need to die on yourself. And kung gusto nating maging malakas, kailangan maintindihan natin na tayo ay mahina sa ating katawan and He is the source of our strength. At kung gusto po nating makatanggap, kailangan muna nating God is so amazing na yung mga bagay na hindi natin ito natutunan sa mundo eh. No? And especially His mathematics, God's mathematics is far different from ours. Pag sinabi natin 1 plus 1 equals, pero sa kanya 1 plus 1 plus 1 is equal to 1. Diba? Nung mathematics ng Diyos, kailangan mo maintindihan that you really have to be filled by the Spirit for you to be able to understand how God works and how His system works into our lives. No? Kaya dito, sinabi dito, imagine, ang sabi dyan, every branch in me that does not bear fruit, He takes away. And it's so logical to think na kapag ikaw, ito kasi ng notion eh, kapag ikaw ay anak ng Diyos, since we are all the branches and He is the vine, kapag ikaw ay hindi namumunga, normal at tama lang na ikaw ay putulin, sabi dyan eh. Every branch in me that does not bear fruit, He takes away. And every branch that does bear fruit, He prunes. How many of you here believe na nung pruning is the same process of taking away of something? Imagine, kung ikaw ay hindi namumunga, normal lang at tama lang na ikaw ay putulin at tanggalin sa parte ng vine. Pero kung ikaw ay namumunga, sabi po dyan, you will still be pruned, or you will still undergo this kind of process of pruning. And tonight, we will actually entitle this message, prune for purpose. Sabi niyo nga po, prune for purpose. Why? Because God's mathematics is different from our logical mind, because God's subtraction, God initiates subtraction first before multiplication. Before God multiplies fruit through us, He subtracts what hinders it. No, pruning is painful, yes, but it's the pathway to purpose. Kailangan maintindihan po natin na kung ang Diyos ay nag-aalis, nagtatanggal, at binabawasan ng bagay sa buhay natin, sa katawan natin, o sa sistema ng pagkatao natin, na may inaalis at tinatanggal siya, it is something that is path for multiplication. Na minsan hirap natin din, Lord, namumunga naman ako bilang anak mo. Kasi nga dito, di ba? Sabi doon na kahit mismo nung namumunga, ay pinuputo ng Panginoon Diyos. And let me start with this point. Let's just go back to God cuts what you cling to. Ulitin ko po. God cuts what you cling to. Pruning is not really punishment, but it is a preparation for more. Ang sinasabi po natin doon, since we somehow understood that there's pruning and there is a purpose for pruning, kung tayo po ay pinuputol, binabawasan ng ating Panginoon, kahit pa ikaw at ako ay namumunga, ang sabi dyan, God cuts what you cling to. Ano po ba yung pinangahawakan po natin? What is holding you, what's holding you on is holding you back. That's why God is allowing us to experience this cutting, this pruning. Why? Because God's goal isn't just growth. Remember this, church. Tandaan po natin, hindi lang po ang end goal ng bawat Kristiyano ay lumago. Ang end goal po natin is to be fruitful while growing. Just as a gardener prunes even healthy branches to increase fruitfulness, God removes things from us or even from our lives that we think are good but are getting in the way of His best. Akala natin na we are really somehow growing and akala natin okay na yun kay Lord, but nevertheless we have to understand God's allowing us to experience drought. God is allowing us to experience pain. God is allowing us to experience brokenness. Why? Because we have to understand that God is not settling for good, but He is settling for us. He's settling for best. Why? Because He is the best of all. He is the best of all the best in the world. And He deserves all best from us. That's why He is cutting what clings us. Because God cuts what you cling to. And I need you to understand na nung pagtanggal, pagbawas, pagputol po sa atin ng ating Panginoon Diyos ay hindi po yung parusa, kundi ito po yung preparasyon ng Panginoon for more. Sabi niyo nga po, for more. Because God is expecting not just growth, but He's expecting fruit from us. And with that, God is allowing us to experience and to undergo this kind of pruning kahit pa masakit. Kahit pa minsan, Lord, do I deserve this? Alam niyo po, ang isang bunga ng olive ay kailangan dumaan sa crushing before we could actually enjoy the result, and that is the oil. Hindi po pwedeng walang crushing at hindi po pwedeng hindi mo maranasan nung cutting sa ating Panginoon dahil lahat ng anak ng Diyos na minamahal niya ay gusto niyang lumago. Remember, you don't grow in comfort but you grow in chaos. Minsan parang feeling natin, Lord, but ang ganda naman ng pagsunod ko sa iyo. In fact, sa pamilya ko, kapag nagkakaroon ng family reunion, ako lagi yung tinatawag na para mag-pray ng pagkain. Okay, mag-pray sa team or sa family. But then again, you have to understand, we are actually growing not just in comfort, but even more in chaos. That's why God cuts what you cling to. And for that, let me share this. Subtraction comes before multiplication. Binanggit mo ito kanina. Na ang pagbawas ay parte ng mathematics ng Panginoon Diyos para sa ating multiplication. In God's economy, subtraction precedes multiplication. Kaya sabi ko sa kanila, alam niyo po, meron isang kwento sa Biblia, sa Gospel of Mark, chapter 10, verses 17 to 27. Meron isang tao na nasa kanya na ang lahat. Hindi po yun sa Daniel Padilla. Hindi nila naintindihan. Sa Mark chapter 10, there was this rich young ruler na lumapit sa akin, Panginoon Diyos, and he asked God, Lord, paano bang sumunod sa iyo? Sabi ng Panginoon Diyos ay nasa kanya na lahat, rich. Meron siyang resources. Young, he has the time. And ruler, he has the power. Nasa kanya na talaga lahat. But still, he find himself seeking God and following His precepts. Sabi niya, Panginoon, ay kami na kay Jesus, paano ba sumunod sa iyo? And again, God says, sinunod mo na ba nung batas na ipinatupad ko? Because when God speaks, it becomes a law. So, sabi ng Panginoon, sinunod ba? Sabi ng rich young ruler, yes, Lord, ginawa ko na po lahat. Now, sabi ng Panginoon, well, then, that's good. Now, ang gawin mo naman, ay ibenta mo, subtraction. Ibenta mo ang lahat ng sa'yo at ipamigay ito sa mga. Why? Again, subtraction comes before multiplication. When the rich young ruler heard, Jesus said that you have to sell all of your possession and give it to the poor, and then come follow me. The man walked away sad. Not because Jesus asked too much, but because he valued too little. That's why God is allowing us to undergo this kind of process of cutting and pruning. Kasi sometimes we are holding on too much of something na hinahad lang nito ng paglago natin at pagkakaroon natin ng bunga spiritually. And remember, tonight, Jesus was inviting him to be fruitful, to follow the vine, but first he had to let go of the dead weight. Nung sinabi ng Panginoon na ibenta mo ng mga ari-ari mo, pamilya mas mahirap, hindi po yung madali. Pero it shows his character. Ano ba nung binavalue niya? Does he value God? Or he value even more the things here on earth? Again, in God's economy, subtraction precedes multiplication. Tandaan po natin. Grabe ng multiplication or grabe ng mathematics ang Panginoon. And pangatlo po, fruitfulness follows faithfulness. When Jesus said, "Abide in me," the key to fruit is not performance but proximity. Tandaan po natin that fruitfulness is not about effort. It's about remaining connected to the vine. He is the source and we are the branches, especially during pruning time. Ibig sabihin, listen to me, daranas at tayo mga anak ng Diyos ng pag-prune. Daranas po tayo ng problema, ng challenges. Pag tinignan natin ang buhay natin, Lord, hindi siya naging maayos o hindi naman siya naging status quo. But Lord, I experienced that low level and high levels of my life. No, naranasan ko, Panginoon Diyos, na mahirapan, magdiwang, magtagumpay. At the same time, Lord, naranasan ko masaktan, mamatayan, and all. But then again, ang gusto sabihin ng Panginoon Diyos sa atin, kailanman kapatid, hindi ka naman nag-isa. Kahit sa anong level ng buhay mo, God is always there. Why? Because remember, pruning is proof of relationship. Kaya ka pinuputulan ng Panginoon Diyos because ang sabi niya, "Abide in me. My Father is the gardener. Every branch that does bear fruit, He prunes." We have a connection. And remember, only branches that belong to the vine are pruned. God doesn't prune strangers. Kung mahalaga ka sa Panginoon Diyos, tandaan mo, makakaranas ka ng pagkukorek, makakaranas ka ng pagtutuwid, makakaranas ka ng masasaktan ka, mawawalan ka minsan. But He prunes His sons and daughters. Why? Because if God is working on you, it is because you are His. Kung nakakaranas ka ng sakit sa kabila ng iyong pagsunod, it's only a sign and an indication that you are His and we are connected with Him. Remember, pruning is not rejection. It is recognition. Kaya ka nasasaktan dahil alam mo, may kinukorek sa puso mo, may tinatama ang Diyos sa buhay mo, dahil alam mo, it is a preparation for you to grow more and to be fruitful. God only prunes what He plans to keep. Ganun pa kahalaga kung kaya hindi hinaya ng Diyos, magkaroon ka ng distraction sa buhay mo. Ganun pa kahalaga, kaya pinag-iingatan ka ng Panginoon Diyos na kahit minsan kailangan mong masaktan, kung ayun ang daan upang ikaw ay lumagawa at mamunga, hahayaan ng Diyos na maranasan niya. If God is cutting, it means you are connected. Kung tayo po ay tinuturuan ng Diyos at pinuputulan ng Diyos, it only means that you are connected with God because He is the vine. Again, sometimes what you holding on is what holding you back. And tonight, as we reflect on this message, Lord, ano ba ang mga bagay na humahatak sa akin papalayo sa iyo? And this is my last point. Let it go so you can grow. God cannot fill hands that are already full. If you want to grow and to be fruitful, you have to let go. Just like the rich young ruler, ang pinangahawakan niya nung katayuan niya sa buhay, being rich and being a ruler and being young. Pero sinabi ng Panginoon Diyos, let go of your possession. And to end, remember this pruning produces multiplication. What God removes is never greater than what He wants to multiply. Why? Because temporary loss leads to lasting fruit. And again, for our reflection, what are you holding that's holding you back? And sabi po dyan, on my next slide, Jesus doesn't prune us to hurt us. Huwag mo isipin, kapatid, na pinagtitripan ka lang ng Panginoon Diyos, kaya ka nasasaktan. Huwag mo isipin na pinarurusahan ka ng Panginoon Diyos kung bakit nararanasan mo mga nararanasan mo ngayon. But God is just saying, anak, kasi konektado tayo. At dahil gusto ko pang lumago at gusto ko pang mamunga. Hindi para saktan ka, kundi para pagalingin ka. Jesus doesn't prune us to hurt us. He prunes us to heal us, to make us fruitful, and to make us free. Now, my question tonight is, are you in a season of pruning? Meron bang inaalis, tinatanggal sa buhay mo ngayong gabi? And if you are this kind of person, again, I don't know kung paano sa kanina itong mensahe ito, but God is talking to you right now. And the Spirit is here. Do not resist. If you are right now in the season of pruning, please do not resist. Instead, you need to rejoice. Why? An indication of life because you are connected to the source. It means more fruit is coming. And what's that one thing you lack? Like the rich young ruler right now. Are you abiding? Sabi nun kasi sa pinasa natin, abide in me. Or are you just attached to the ministry, to the community, yet without intimacy with Jesus? Ang pinuputulan lang ay ang konektado sa ating Panginoon Diyos. Ang indikasyon kung bakit tayo ay lalago at gagaling at mamumunga dahil ang Panginoon Diyos mismo ang tuturo sa atin. Magtiis, panghawakan kanyang mga salita. Because the pressure that's breaking you now is the same pressure that will make you unstoppable someday. Nadala po ng series natin this season. We started this year, January, with the missions. And that mission is not your mission, it's not the church mission, it's actually God's mission, the mission of God. That's why it is unstoppable. Kasi walang sino man o anumang bagay ang pwedeng magpahinto at magpabagal sa mission ng ating Panginoon Diyos. And we are so blessed that God is allowing each one of you right now to take part of that mission that God started. And He is allowing us to even see the fruit of that mission. But then again, you have to remain in Him, abide in Him, because He will sustain us. When God says, remain in me as I also remain in you, it's an assurance na kapag hindi ka mag-iisa sa mission ito. Na feeling mo sometimes, you are doing it, Lord, parang ako na lang, o kami mag-asawa na lang, Lord. Lord, ate kami ng Victory Group, wala na sila. Or for so long and for so many years, you've been serving God, and then you find yourself, Lord, parang kami na lang ulit. But listen to this, church, it's not really about you, nor what you can offer to the kingdom, nor your service. It's all about Him. It's all about Jesus. At alam natin, hindi yun ang mission mo at hindi yun ang mission ng church. Mission yun ng Diyos. Ayaw ko sinabi na ni Pastor Richard or ng ibang pastor. I've heard this sa director ng ENLI. Sabi niya, it's not about you or it's not about me that really matters. It's all about not me, but His mission that matters. And that is unstoppable. Remember, pruning, yes, it might be painful, but it is purposeful. May purpose kung bakit karanasan mo ang mga bagay na iniiyakan mo ngayong gabi. May purpose kung bakit minsan inaarayan mo ang mga bagay na, Lord, ang sakit. Minsan, kailangan tasahan ang isang lapis para magamit mo na maayos. At kapatid, I tell you, hindi madali ang katapisan. But remember, God is not reducing you. He is sharpening you. You want to be sharp? Listening, hearing God's word. Allow Him to prune you. Why? Because He is not reducing you. He is preparing you for multiplication. He is sharpening you because He knows that your work is not done yet. When God says, all things work together for good to those who love the Lord, lahat na nangyayari sa buhay mo, pangit man ang maganda. Kung hindi pa yun maganda, antayin mo dahil may gagawin ng Diyos sa buhay mo. If it's not good yet, God's not done yet. Why? Because all things work together for good to those who love the Lord. And again, fruit comes from abiding, not from striving. Hindi mo effort kaya namumunga at nagbo-bloom ang ministry. Nor not even the leaders. Yes, they have factors and contributions, but nevertheless, you have to understand what makes growth is Jesus. It's because of God. And even without us, His ministry will forcefully advance. Tandaan po natin, it's not about us. Turo natin sa sarili natin, it's not about us. It's all about Him. Tatakbo po ang ministry even without you. But we're so grateful because God is allowing us to take part of that mission. Lord, thank you dahil alam po namin, konti lang ang ambag namin, pero alam po namin, nung mararanasan po namin joy, nung mararanasan po namin experience and encounter with your presence, and nung priceless experience na makita po namin ng mga bata, ng mga tao, nagbabagong buhay, at tinatanggap pa bilang kanilang Panginoon Diyos at tagapagligtas. Priceless yun. Remember, connection determines multiplication. Who are you connected to right now? And apart from Him, nothing lasts. Kaya po, tandaan po natin, let us all be connected with the Lord. Hindi mahalaga sa Panginoon ang bilang kung ilan tayo ngayon. Sa mundo, ang majority, again, mathematics ng Panginoon. Sa mundo, what makes majority is the number of people na nandoon sa side na yun. Kapag konti lang, it becomes minority. Pag marami, majority. But ang ganda lang sa Panginoon, mathematics niya. Kapag ikaw at ang Diyos kasama mo, it becomes a majority. Kahit ikaw lang. Why? Because God is enough. And God will supply all our needs. And God is more than enough for us. And that is majority. And tonight, as I end, let me again go back to our reflection. What are you holding that's holding you back? Meron ka ba kailangang isubos sa Panginoon sa gabi nito? Meron ba kailangang bitawan? Meron ba kailangang putulin? Meron ba kailangang improve? And if that is something that hurts you, that pains you, rejoice. It's an indication that you are willing to surrender. Dahil ang totoong naglilingkod ay nag-aalay ng buhay sa Panginoon. Remember, siyang unang nagbigay. Siyang unang nag-aalay ng buhay. Siyang unang namatay. Kung tayo ay mabuhay. At dahil doon sulit ang maglagak ng buhay sa Kanya, dahil siya ang nauna. Pinakita niya at pinatunayan niya, love tayo ni Lord, dahil hindi siya nag-atubili at nagdalawang isip ibigay sa sarili ng buhay para ikaw at ako'y maligtas. Nung sinabi niya, Lord, it is finished, that it is time. Sinasabi ng Panginoon Diyos, anak, binayaan ko na. Your sin before, your sin today, and even your sin right after this, even in the future. Kaya nung kaligtasan na hatid ng pagkamatay ng Panginoon Diyos sa krus ng Kalbaryo, ay kumpletong kaligtasan dulot niya sa atin at sa ating lahat. Dahil lahat ay binayaran niya. Kahit hindi yun, kahit wala siyang kasalanan. Kaya may karapatan siyang mag-alis at magtanggal at magkapya sa buhay natin. Dahil siya unang nagsakripisyo. And remember, the story isn't about what He lost, but about everything He refused to surrender. Mahal ka ng Panginoon Diyos. That's why He's willing to surrender His life and lay down His life for you to gain life. Again, let it go so you can grow. What God cuts today will bear fruit tomorrow. Maintindihan po natin ang Panginoon Diyos ay sobrang ang sarap lang na alam mo na you are under His protection and under His shadow, na kahit anong mangyari, ay mayroong paglago at may pagbunga. Remember, movement is in progress, speed is in success. If you don't know where you're going, even hard work becomes noise. Direction decides everything. Where are you heading right now, this 2026? Are you holding on to His promises? What are you holding that's holding you back this year? And iiwan ko po ng tanong yan as we reflect tonight. Lord, hayaan mo na tapusin ang mensahe mo sa gabi nito na ikaw mismo ang naghahari sa buhay ng tao. Pwede mo ba tayong tumayo?